All right, what's up, everybody? Before we get into it, I'm gonna talk about this thing here. Hold on a second. Let me mute that. Okay, so I'm kind of doing this in a weird way. There's better ways to do this, but it's just gonna be real quick. So hopefully this isn't too shaky. But so I just have my phone camera set up here to stream this because I just wanted to show you. This is the model of the trailer that I have, and basically the bathroom is going to go on the front area from here to here. It's like a box that's right here. It lifts up like this. This is the tongue of the trailer, the back of the trailer. The e-bikes are going to go in this area here. So what I have printed and built and set up, and this is to scale. It was a millimeter is an inch, and that's what this one is, but it ended up being too small. This is too small, mainly in here for me to work with, because what I'm trying to do is build the suspension before I build it in a model. So what I have here is right in this area. There's these little tabs. That's where the arms are gonna go, and they're gonna come off this way, and the axle sits in here. So I'm gonna try to make a ladder bar single swing arm style, and the airbags will be like right here, and it will in here. So I might have to move the axle back, is what I'm thinking, because the black tank sits right in this area, and it sits down low, and it sits down low to the point that I cannot move a swing arm forward, but I can move an axle backwards. And doing that, I would be able to extend on the back of the trailer a little bit too, which I might need to do now that I'm doing airbags. So if I moved the axle back into this area, it would give me more room, and it would solve a problem that I might have. And the problem being that if there's a swing arm in here, as the swing arm comes up right here, like let's say that this is the length of the swing arm, as it comes up and down, the axle will actually move in and out in like an arc, right? It'll be like a circle right here, kind of like that. And basically, the issue with that is that the airbags are going to be moving side to side and up and down. As they squish, they will actually also be moving side to side, and there's no movement in the cup, right? So, or whatever the mounting bracket is. And so if it moves too much, if the side of the airbags touch any metal, then the airbags will pop eventually. So that will not work. So we can't do that. So what I've got to do, basically, and the longer your arm is, the less forward and backwards they move, because basically that means the bigger your circle is, the bigger the arc is, that the whole thing moves. So here, I'm going to switch to the other scene now, so I can stop holding that weird on that thing. So what I've got to do here with this thing is figure out a way to, I might just have to move the axle back. I mean, it is what it is. And then there would just be, I mean, there's really no point in like leaving it where it is. There's really no reason that I can see. It is pretty much centered up in this square. You know, it's kind of like a square trailer, but I do have that extension on the tongue. The tongue sticks out further than the square, right? And I know you want a certain amount of, you want like a tongue weight, right? So I wouldn't want to move the axle forward. That could cause it to be unstable. But I don't see any issues with moving it backwards. So if you know of any issues with that, let me know. But this thing is homemade anyways, so I don't think it will matter. But I would like to stick to if possible, a swing arm style. Well, and actually it doesn't matter. Even if I did a 4-link. So basically, what I'm doing is a single, and I'm gonna print it right now. So if I get on later or tomorrow, if I do this podcast, I will show you the axle because it's printing right now, and I'm doing a single arm axle. And now both sides of the axle will be connected to the swing arm. And so here's another issue that I see is that there's going to be no or very little independence from side to side. I don't know if that will matter or not, but I basically cannot, one side, since the swing arms will be securely attached to the axle, one side of the axle will not be able to lift without lifting the other side. And I think that's okay, because that's what they do with, like, they have sway bars, they have a sway bar in a car that keeps that from happening so that it doesn't roll over as easy. This thing's going to have a pretty low center of gravity as it is. Like, it's going to be, basically the top of it is about 4 feet in the air, or no, maybe about 5 feet in the air, 6 feet in the air, something like that, when it's folded down and going down the road. And, you're going to have some weight down low. Like, it's going to, right in the center, you're going to have, kind of the center on the back, you're going to have your bikes, and, it's not going to be a lot of weight. I don't think it's going to be an issue like rolling over if I go over around corners and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be okay if I do a ladder bar style or even just 2 swing arms. And then what I'm thinking about doing is getting basically 2 pieces of inch square tubing and just welding them together, one on top of each other like this, and that's going to be like my ladder bar, right? Like, and then once it gets to the axle, I'll put U-bolts through, 2 U-bolts around to bolt it to the axle, and I'll probably weld some sort of perch onto the axle so that they sit on the axle. But I don't have any issue with, I don't have any differential there, so I don't have to worry about pinion angle, right? And most of the setups I'm seeing, and the ones that I can actually see, are on mini trucks or pickup trucks. A lot of pickup trucks getting bagged, and they're doing 4-link suspension, and I can't do that I don't have to do that, I should say, because it's a trailer. So they are worried about pinion angle, and the 4-link maintains a better pinion angle than like what I'm doing or other types, right? So they do a 4-link, and I don't think I need to, because it's okay if my axle moves back and forth a little bit. Basically, if you're doing it on a truck, your pinion angle gets messed up as the suspension moves up and down. But I don't have any pinion angle, so all I need to worry about is, are my bags going to rub? So if my bags don't rub, then I shouldn't have to do well. And actually, all this doesn't matter, because even in a 4-link or a single, the axle moves the same forward and back. But in the 4-link, what it does is it actually keeps that pinion angle up and down, even if it moves back and forth. It keeps that pinion angle more straight in a 4-link. So, because the axle is able to sort of roll, it sort of rolls as it goes up and down. It's really hard to explain, but yeah, I started following a dude that explains all this stuff. So if you're doing any of this stuff, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Okay, and the best one, I'm gonna find it here real quick. Okay, let me see. Here we go. Here's the best one right here. It's called the Garage Space Fab. Okay, Garage Fab. All right. Now I'm gonna cut all the filters off of this thing. Here, let's see. I gotta rotate it back now because I had it rotated that way. Oh no, now it went away. Let's see. So let me fix this real quick. Sorry. I hate how OBS does this. Like, it doesn't resize to fit in the window. So when I rotated it, it just disappears, and I can't get it. I can't find it anywhere that I know of to put it back in here where you guys can see it. So then I have to undo it. Now if I go and rotate it, there's just stuff you gotta deal with here. Okay, so here we go. So Garage Space Fab. You see it. This dude explains it better than anybody else. He puts models out with pens and pencils so that you understand why they're doing a 4-link or a triangulated 4-link or anything like that, or why you would need a pan-hard bar or not need a pan-hard bar. And so if you want to learn anything, watch this guy. And it's these old videos. I'm on this one right here, Suspension Basics. I've watched the first 3. This one he's talking about why you would have not just a straight link bar, but anyways. So there you go. I gave that guy credit. He taught me what I needed to know. The other guys, they just make the setups. They're just more like the videos are just about here's how to make it. Here's how to actually do it right. I'm not even going to be able to play this game because the kid's going to wake up in 10 minutes. To rename the stream. Okay. And so, like, why don't I want to do a 4-link? Well, it's just really more about, like, I'm just trying to keep this thing as cheap as possible, so... and then I'm trying to get it done too. And then the other reason is the 4-link will not, this front area where I'm going to actually attach my suspension to, if I do a 4-link, I'm going to have to either put brackets that go down lower, which I don't want to have things hanging down because I'm going to be dragging this thing through dirt roads, so the less I have hanging down, the better, I guess, is that the point of that. And I want it to be as simple as possible as well. Because I know, it's going to be a camping rig. And the more complicated it is, the easier it is to fail. So even in a 4-link, though, if you have short arms, you're still going to have that radius. So it won't matter if I do a 4-link or this style. The only issues that I have with this style are, is it going to be strong enough, and are the bags, I guess the bags would still have that issue. So I'm probably just going to have to move the axle back. And it is what it is. It's going to have to move. And maybe what I can do is just move it. Yeah, I have room inside this little area that it's in to move it back. So once the axle gets printed that I'm printing right now, what I'll be able to do is put it on this, and it will be a working model, and it will be to scale of exactly more or less what I'm trying to do. There is a little bit of adjustment here. I made this one bar here fatter than it is in real life because when I scaled this down, these holes were so small in these brackets that it just wasn't going to work. So I'll account for that. But what I'm going to be able to do is set my axle up on here and test different lengths. All I'll have to do is reprint a new axle, right? Which, I don't know, it might take an hour or 2 to print an axle. And I have until Friday, because now that I decided to order the bushings instead of build them. They're not coming till Friday. So I have this whole week now to basically figure out exactly how long my arms should be, build the arms, and test them out. And so basically I'll be able to build the arms Yeah, so I can still build the arms this week. I can still mount the airbags, all that stuff. So I'll just print the different lengths until I get the length I want, until I see, and I'll be able to measure the distance that the bags are going to move forward and back. So basically the distance that the axle moves forward and back, I'll be able to measure on this model. And then what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll multiply it, because what I ended up with is this is 175% of this. Okay, and this is 1 millimeter equals 1 inch. So if I multiply, if I divide by 1.75, right? Maybe that's right. I don't know. I'll figure out the math. But if I divide by 1.75, I think what I'll end up with is 1 millimeter is 1 inch, and then I'll know how many inches my axle moves back and forth with this length of swing arm, right? And then what I'll be able to do is just extend the swing arm and then measure again, and then I'll be able to locate exactly where I want to put my axle, and then I'll be able to go buy the material for how long I want my swing arms, and depending on how long they are will be basically how thick I get of metal, because if they're really long, I'll get a lot thicker metal. Maybe I'll go find some DOM, like everybody suggests, So I still don't know what will stop the thing going from side to side, or if I will have that problem or not. That's one thing, is that I still don't know. I don't think I'll need a panhard bar, because I'm not gonna have like Heim joints. My suspension will not be adjustable. It will be set, and it will be the length it is. And basically, I'm just going to have to do a really good job of making sure both arms are exactly the same length, and that they get welded on at exactly the same length. And actually, it will be able to be adjusted with the U-bolts. I'll be able to clock the axle back and forth, with the U-bolts. So let me do this. Let's put you guys on here. Let's kill that. We can actually even kill the background here. So, it will sort of work. Why is that over here too? Everything go away. Okay, where me? Let's make me bigger here. Okay, so basically the axle, right? It will sit down here. And whether it is clocked this way or that way it might be an issue. So I'll be able to actually move the U-bolt, right? Because it'll be mounted with a U-bolt to the arm. So I'll be having a little bit of adjustment this way and this way. And then, it will go up in like this, right? And so the issue is that as the arms go down, it will actually move this way. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm doing it more dramatically than it would. But as the arms go down, it moves in and out like this. And if it moves this much, it's a big problem, because that's like 2 feet, right? But if it moves like an inch or half an inch, then it'll probably be fine. The bags probably won't rub on the brackets, depending, and I'll probably be able to clearance them as needed. So, but basically my arms are only going to be, I think I have them set up at 15 inches right now, and they probably need to be more like 3 feet, which will put my axle back here, rather than where it is right now, which is right here. And so, what will that do? That'll add a whole bunch of tongue weight, right? So what does that mean? That means maybe the Prius won't be able to tow this trailer anymore, which it is what it is. I don't really plan on towing with the Prius, but I just said maybe it could. If my Suburban dies, I have another truck that I'll just tow it with, which it should be fine, even with the axle back here, or any other truck that I could get or would get. Kind of the idea is that this is like a half-ton setup, right? That's the idea. My other camping situation is always going to be a 3/4 ton setup because that trailer is too heavy for any half-ton that I know of. I think I heard maybe the F-150s might be able to tow 12,000, maybe like the new ones, but I don't ever plan on owning another Ford product in my life. Unless I get like really rich and I could get like an old Ford. Some of those really old ones I've actually started to like the body style of, but even if I did that, I would probably put like a 12 valve Cummins in it anyways. And so would it really be a Ford at that point? Like, I don't know. It would be a rebuilt machine. It'd be basically the body of an old Ford. But yeah. So the question is that going to be enough? Like, would a 2-inch bar on top of bar style, suspension, will that be enough in strength? Or the other options that I have is to create a triangle, and basically the axle, like I can show you on this one here. So let's say that it would basically look like this. Like, this is the point that it, goes from, like this. And then this part right in here, let's say that these top pieces were gone. This middle part right in here is like the support between the triangle. So you make your triangle, and then the axle would mount like right in the middle of this this swing arm. And what that does is that creates a lot more strength between this, I think. I mean, I don't know if just two pieces welded together is as strong as this would be. I think this one might be stronger because it changes the leverage on this area right here, and it makes the lever different. But I could do that style too, and then the bag would sit up here, right? And the other thing to note is that I'm going to be able to clock the bag. If I do that style, what I'll be able to do is clock the bag mount. Actually, with any style, I'll be able to clock the bag mount to be, to sort of help my cause. So basically what I'll be able to do is, even with a short swing arm, at the bottom, I'll rotate it so that it's a little better angle, and at the top I'll rotate it so it's a little better angle. So if the bag is wanting to tilt like this, right, at the top, then I'll rotate my stuff to support that a little bit, and then at the bottom, basically I won't have a fully straight mounting system is the idea there. For the bag, I'll just play with it until it's better for what I'm trying to do. One of the kids is up, probably both of them. We're not even going to do Borderlands. We're going to do this one. I wonder what happens if I change the name right in the middle of it. Trailer suspension. And Minecraft. Dungeons. I don't know why, but like I swear Dungeons used to have a U in the end of it. What's up, man? Did you wake up your brother?
Minecraft Dungeons. Press any button to start.
All right. Yeah, so anyways, hopefully that'll work. you know. So like the bag mounts don't have to be straight up and down, I guess is my point. So, you know, and I'll just make them to whatever is better for up and down, you know, wherever the best angle is. I'll just sort of mount them to the frame or, you know, clamp them to the frame and then rotate as needed and then weld them in. And I should be able to, I'm going to use thick enough metal where they're going to mount that I should be able to weld all this stuff in with the arc welder, which is, the arc welder I have is better at welding than the MIG welder that I have. The MIG welder I have is flux core, and I'm getting a lot better at welding with it. Obviously, after this project, I've welded, I think I've gone through 4 spools of wire on this thing or something like that. At least 3, maybe 3, I don't know, but it's a lot because the square that goes right here, and I might I still keep modeling this and actually model the square, but I finish welded all of the corners, right? So it took a lot of welding, and then I ground them off so that it's actually kind of got like a hammered look on the corners because I left them kind of rough. So, and you know, we didn't get the sheet metal to lay completely flat on it, so it's kind of wavy in areas, and it is what it is. You know, it's a bathroom, so I'm not gonna. It's not like a car where it's gonna need to win a beauty contest. You know, and it's my first one. My first go at doing this stuff. But anyways, it's gonna work. It's gonna be good. And I'm not gonna have to worry about it. It's bulletproof. It's basically like not gonna be, you know, not gonna mold or anything. Alright. So, but once that arm prints, I'll throw it on here, and I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna use for a pivot point into these holes. I think I have some little screws that I can just put through here, but I'm probably gonna have to drill these holes bigger for that to work. So if not, maybe I'll just get like some wire or something and just kind of ram it in there. Some little wire, not even use a screw. But it's gonna have to come out. I was trying to make it print in place. For some reason, and this is part of the reason why I didn't video the rest of this arm. Most of this is on this feed. Most of the free CADing of this model is on this feed, but I didn't do this last bit because for whatever reason I could not get, I don't know why, but I could not get another rod to go through this hole in the model. Like, how am I supposed to pocket a hole out? I mean, maybe I can't pocket the hole out. Maybe what I need to do on these brackets is design them without a pocket. Maybe I can't pocket and then add a thing back in, because if I did print in place, I could just print a rod right in those holes to the swing arm. And so basically this whole thing would just print, and the swing arm would print on it, and then I would take the supports out, and it would just kind of pop, and it would already be together, you know. I need to learn that, I guess, in the model, in the FreeCAD. But whatever, it is what it is. I'll just put some wire in there or something. Let's see what we got here. Blacksmith still hasn't done anything. What a lazy bum. What? I said, what a lazy bum. I'm just kidding, though. Alright, well. I wish there wasn't a lag on this to this computer. I could just use the computer screen. But for whatever reason, there's a lag. Well, not everything. There's no lag to this TV, right? But it's just through computers. So when computers make things lag because they sort of have to think, right? And the thinking takes time. They don't really think, but they have to process the information, and that processing takes time. And so the faster the processor, the less time that takes. Does that make sense? And so what's happening is, right, so the less lag. So what's happening is some things are able to process things so fast that the lag time is so short that we don't notice it. Okay? Does that make sense? And other things are what they call analog. That means there is no processing time, and so there is no lag, right? And some things account for the lag, but it's hard on stuff like this when you have a user input, which means I push forward on this joystick, and then my guy walks forward on the screen. It's very hard to get that lag down, you know. But for whatever reason, once I send it into this computer, and then through OBS, there's a delay. Now, what I wish I could do is just pull up a window on the computer that just was the input for this thing. Then I wouldn't have to have this monitor here. Does that make sense? What I could do is remote into it from the computer, but but yeah, I just don't want him. But then if I didn't have this big monitor here, then I don't know, I guess I could see you. That would be the difference. I just need to set this room up differently, but it hasn't come to me how to do it exactly. Because we need to have it set up for band and gaming at the same time, you know? Maybe. But that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to move a bunch of stuff around all the time, you know. I swear last time we were in here there was like a house or a building over here or something. Now it's not there anymore. This thing. Yeah. Yep. Well, regular. Yeah, but regular Minecraft. There isn't a limit on what you can do. See, this game is going to be limited to what you can do. You can only play what they put out for you to play, right? Right, and you can't really build, and so they already have the limit, and so they're able to put the limits in the game based on what your processor is able to process. Does that make sense? And so that's why it doesn't really lag. You're not going to lag very much, but you will lag sometimes when like a ton of enemies are around and it's having to process all those enemies, you know. So, all right. Well, what do you want to do then? Yeah, you don't want to try to go beat the Arch Illager on adventure mode? Let's see. What do you mean so you can do an ancient hunt? What does this do? Offering 2 week. Okay. Okay, I have this. I have the stuff in the ancient hunt. Now what? Where's the confirm button? Does it have to be exactly 100? Or can it be over? Oh. Well, yeah, it says it must be at least 100. No ancient mobs respond to these offerings. Okay, does that just mean that I have the wrong mobs, the wrong stuff in there? Okay, here we go. Now I got it. I put a different I put a different thing in there, and then it worked. Okay, so then what? Do I push confirm? So I push square, and then what? Oh, we have to do Adventure 1 difficulty? Oh, wait. We do... There we go. We can do default. Okay. We probably should have done a better default though, but you gotta start doing a higher difficulty. Because the problem is that the low difficulty doesn't give us certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you always have to be upgrading. How come we're not together? Oh, we left you. Damn. These blades are sweet. There's a bunch of lava over there. We're supposed to go this way. What is this? So we were together? Is that what you're saying? Where'd you go? You go through the door. There's these guys over here. Yeah. What? Okay. See, that thing I got was only 17. Level 17. I need it to be a lot higher. Yeah. Let's do the next one on the harder level. Yeah. What's in here? I don't think this is the way we're supposed to be going. Alright, Milo. Take out these guys.
Milo, did you put on pants? New pants? Okay, did you put your sheets in the washer? Milo, you need to plug it in at night. Yep. So, bud, I got this unique item, but it's only level 20. We gotta play on harder. So, because then it would be a higher level, and it might actually be useful, but now it's not useful, right? We've gotta change that. I understand. But also Milo just needs to level up. And if it's harder, then he will level up faster. But also it accounts for the difficulty. So it makes the guys easier for him and harder for us. Does that make sense? Because we are higher level. I think it actually, because you're a lot higher level than me, but I don't have a harder time killing the guys than you do. You know what I mean? Because it's making the guys easier for me and harder for you. So it accounts for that. So you don't need to do that with Milo. Milo needs to get better at me. And if we make it easy, then it's better, it's fast. If we make it harder, then it's faster. That's how that works. Also, it didn't take my, I don't think it didn't take my offering. It must only be doing yours, I guess. I guess we can't do both of ours at the same time. That's interesting. Because you would think that we could, but a lot of arrows.
Victory. Alright, I got this thing. So do we all get the thing, or what happens? 30 gold. Alright, so I got the axle. It printed. So it's just gonna go just like this. I'm just gonna put it in here for now because I don't have anything to shove through these holes. But I think it'll just kind of sit in and we can look at it. Which this axle actually printed really fast. Okay, so there we go. So what we're looking at here is how far it moves forwards and back as it articulates like this. Trying to make this work, right? As it goes up and down, see how it moves in and out? So I need to figure out what ride height is right now, and then figure out a way to put it there and measure like the distance from here to here or something like that at ride height, and then put it all the way collapsed and then measure the same distance, and then that will give me the amount that it's moving forwards and backwards in that amount of space, and then I'll be able to calculate that to inches. So but that's kind of the deal right there, is that the axle will roll up in to the frame. So I'm going to have to notch this frame out like this so the axle will move up more in. But that's what I have right there. So I'm seeing from there to there seems like it's quite a bit of movement forward and back. So I think I'm going to have to move the axle back. I think there's just no way around it. But I'll mess with that later. Okay, so did that count for our blacksmith? Oh, nice. Okay, we got a gravity pulse, swift footed. Oh, this just makes you faster. That might be nice. Oh, rolling makes you move faster for 3 seconds. I don't like those rolling ones. Yeah, we don't want that one, so it's got to be this one. Pulls enemy. This could be a good thing and a bad thing, really. I mean, there's 4 enchantment points. I only have 3. So are any of these things enchanted? Okay, what are you guys doing? Let's go do another level. Great hammer is. Salvage that. Yep. Do that. Are these done? No. It's 2. Okay, now I'm out of enchantment points. Alright. Okay, Milo. Milo, we're trying harder difficulty so we get better drops. We're gonna get better stuff out of this. Okay. I mean, I think this thing will work. Won't it? It doesn't really look like it has side-to-side movement at all. So
The shards from the Orb of Dominance still wreak havoc on the overworld, and these jagged mountain peaks are no exception. Howling storms scour the path to the summit, and unless the shard is destroyed, these winds will become the storm that blows out the last flicker of hope for this world.
okay. What are we doing here? Windswept peaks. I don't think we like this one because it's windy. These wind things are annoying. They blow you off a cliff. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. Well, just thought I'd try it anyways. Like, can you just run through them, and if you just like stay up, you won't fall down? Is that how it works? Probably not. No, you just need to slow down. Wait for us. There's not too many mobs. Like they're dying pretty quick. We probably could have made it harder. Okay, just slow down and wait for us. So we can all go at it together. Right? Just even the right way. Make sure you're healing. You know, make sure that you're dropping your totem and that kind of stuff.
if your health is low, then back off and let us go forward till your health gets up. All right. You gotta just be a little bit smarter, but the drops are gonna be better, which is what we need. We don't need this old or this stuff that's not very leveled up. We need higher level gear to go to the future. For the future levels. Right? It's over here. Is this where we started? Yeah, this is where we started. You can roll through them. Oh, that time it didn't work. If you roll through the wind. Oh, that time it didn't work. Okay, I gotta stop that. Me neither. I wish you could change the map. Is there any way to change the map so it's not just overlaid over your screen? Like, can we put it in the corner like normal games? I wonder if there's a setting. Where's Milo? Why Milo? Oh, good. But we're gonna have to go with Milo. Milo, come to where we are. Bud, where did you go? Oh, you went back that way. Well, I did, but you weren't on it for a second. If you get too far away, then it doesn't show me where you were. I'm in an ambush. I'm in an ambush all by myself. You guys need to slow down, okay? Don't go so far forward. Like, when you're dying, back up, okay? Back up and heal. Come on, Milo. We gotta stay together. See, bud? See, you're going too far forward without your teammates. And then this is what happens. You gotta learn different strategies for a harder difficulty. You can't just go forward full bore like you usually do and make it all the way through. You gotta go slower and wait for your teammates. Work together as a team. You guys didn't take out any of these guys. Come on, bud. That isn't nice. No, he called the bad guys. My love, that isn't nice calling your brother stupid. Say that. I think he called the bad guys stupid. I don't know. Anyways, don't call each other stupid. Alright. Sounded like it. But don't worry about it. Milo, we all gotta help out, Milo. Right? You guys don't have Bud. Let him use his souls how he wants. Okay? And Milo, you're gonna have to kill the boss with us. You guys need to stop fighting. Milo, you should listen to your brother. Milo, he is giving you the right advice. You can save your souls for the hard guys, or not. What? Go back, Milo. It's not that way. Okay, go forward and then turn left. Turn left right there. Okay, Bud, your brother can do the next elevator. Looks like we have to keep going up. Declan, okay, both of you, this is your last chance. If you guys cannot get along, we're turning it off. So learn how to get along. If you want to sit here and fight and not take turns, then we'll just turn it off. Is that what we need to do? No. No, Declan, you are. You're the one that's not taking turns. Okay, listen, I am serious. You guys, both of you stop, or I'm going to turn it off. I'm telling both of you to stop and get along. I said both of you. Okay? Come on. We can have fun playing the game, or we can turn it off. But we can't sit here and fight. I told you to take turns. Declan, you did it first. And then Milo, it was Milo's turn. Okay, now it's Declan's turn. The next elevator, Declan can do it. All right? It's a stupid thing to fight about. Yes, it is. I probably did, and it was probably dumb when I did it too. Now you're just fighting with me. Seriously, change your attitude, both of you. This is your last chance. So we'll turn it off. All right? Declan, stop telling your brother how to play. This is Declan's turn, Milo. I fell off a cliff. I don't know how I landed here. Okay, let's go. Where are we going? Milo. Milo, stop. Milo, that isn't right. Are you sure we were supposed to go down? Okay, it's Milo's turn, Declan. You did the last one, Declan. This is Milo's turn now. The next one will be your turn. Okay, we were already up here. Do we need to go up again? Milo, come in. Okay, Declan, it's your turn. Okay. This is how taking turns works. Okay, that's not right. I hate this level because of the wind. It's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. 'Cause the wind makes it not fun. Well, we're gonna die. You guys, out of... No, I can't. I told you I was trying. Don't die. If you're dying, back up. Don't just keep fighting. Use your healing stuff. Are you guys healing? Or are you just dying? I don't see you guys putting down your stuff. Are you using your potions? Putting down your healing things? Or are you just dying? Oh, you have a potion. Are you using your L1? Right? Are you healing? Well, that's the one I'm talking about. Right? See, Milo, right there. Did you use your healing potion, Milo? You didn't. Okay, but you didn't use it, right? You could. Watch your health. Look, right now, you need it. Did you use it? Look at your health right now. Okay, Milo, what's your health at? Do you think you should do something about that, or? I know, that's why I saw his health was low, and that's why I asked him that.
After weathering both elements and adversaries to reach the summit, a hidden sanctum is revealed among the peaks.
Yay, we won! We won!
What are you guys doing? Are you in a world?
That corrupted beacon is very hot. You should cool it down with some more souls. Why don't we play Minecraft? I wish we could play Minecraft right now, Dad.
Yeah.
What's that?
You wish you could?
I'm sure we could after soccer practice. What time is it, Dad?
7 something. I don't know. 7:23. All right, let's check this out. So let's make a longer version here. So we have the swing arm here.
let's make this double the length and see what that does here. Now I have a bunch of cords in the way. I'm gonna have to look over here, kind of. Okay, so there's what we have. So all we're gonna do is extend these out. So is it this one? This is one of them. Let's see, how do we do that? What's the best way to do that? If I just change this, what happens to 30?
You know where
Okay, that changes that. So now I need to add 15 to this, I think. So it'll be minus 21. Oh, that breaks the model. For some reason, why though? It moved it, so I wonder why it broke it. Or what it broke. Okay.
Brother,
We can delete that pad.
but we're in the like church thing.
And then we need to move the axle down, or let's see, so what's this sketch? This is the axle. So if we add 15 to this, what would that be? Minus 19.5. Okay. Then that moves the axle down. So then if we just go to this one, what, Milo? No.
What?
Where's the other sketch?
Can I play right now?
No, Milo.
I need to do something.
Okay. So then all we have to do is just pad this one back out. Oops. So let's go pad.
Do that after. Come on. You can do that after. Come on. Maybe you can do that after soccer practice.
There we go. Okay, so pad to 2. Oh, wrong keyword. I always do that. 2 millimeters. So I got 2 computers running here. Okay, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Right? And just for the fun of it, if we go to our first one here, where does that actually put us on the frame here? Let's go here. Okay, so there's the swing arm. So that puts us back into this back area. And I don't know if that's too much or what, but what we can do is we can just, I'll print that, and then what I'll be able to do with this one is shorten it to some other area.
No, I'm still in there.
I'll be able to shorten it and test, and shorten it and test. With this other one, I can't. It's hard to lengthen it. So I'll 3D print this. So I'm just going to, what you do is you just do that, and then you go to these 2 bodies, because that's what my, and then I'm going to push Control and click. So I've selected those 2 bodies. See, then I go File, Export, and I'm going to call this axle long. Okay. Save. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it in Kira into the slicer, and then slice it, and then send it to the 3D printer. Okay, so here we go. So we need to move it. I wonder if there's a way to make this so that it actually moves where it's supposed to. Okay, so the last one I printed straight up and down. I think what I'm going to do with this one is rotate it. See, I printed the last one like that. But I think what I'm going to do with this one instead is rotate it like this. Then it will just have supports under the axle. And we also need to scale it to 175. Oh, wrong keyboard. Okay. So then we'll try to get it more to the center. The center of the build plate I find has more accuracy than, I don't know if everybody gets that or what. And then on here I'm going to have support and adhesion on because I'm not gluing my board right now. I haven't been gluing it. I've just been doing this. So okay, slice that. Let me go grab the memory card.
Boom, you're ready. I'm not ready.
All right. So better get over there, start helping them. So I got that printing, and maybe I'll pop back on for another stream when it gets done later. And we'll measure it. Maybe I'll measure it online. Look at all these slimes. Wish you could move the mini map to the side.
Okay, are you guys healing up? Just make sure you're watching it and you won't die. Right? Gotta make sure you're using the right strategies. Hey, what's your guys' health at? Pretty good, Milo? Did you drop it? But it won't. Milo, we're gonna have to teleport in there. though. Stop that. Come play. No, no more. Come play it. Stop it and come play. Okay, you should be with where we are. I can't teleport. It's really hard for me to teleport or to roll. Yeah. Well, I kept missing it, so.
Trick ball. The ball that tricks everyone. Runner, you have this trick.
Came out of the run. Okay, fight then. It won't let me get that one up. Okay, bud, get up. Bud, get up. Okay, run. There's no point in saving it. Just use it. Use it all. Okay. That's it. Well, once we go through this thing, we'll get victory.
jungle abomination defeated and the shard destroyed, the jungle begins to recover from its nightmare.
Okay, did you get your blacksmith items, bud? You can reset them now. Oh, alright. Okay, well, we gotta turn it off. It's time to go do other stuff. Alright.